The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, in collaboration with the National Council for Civic Education, have launched a peace-building fund for civic education funded by UNICEF. The project will train teachers and school administrators on civic education to help young people understand their civic rights, laws, institutions, and systems. Fatma Kasim tells us more.
The Peace-Building Fund for Civic Education would also help teachers to acquire the required skills in engaging with institutions and local communities in the lower, central, and upper river regions of the Gambia. Usman Ba, a representative of the National Council for Civic Education, said civic education is extremely important because it prepares citizens to claim their rights and to carry out their responsibilities in a more responsible way. Burr said different understanding of the meaning and practice of democracy has a detrimental impact on the future of the Gambia.
The faint understanding of the meaning and practice of democracy, has a detrimental impact on the future of this country, as perhaps uninformed citizens with very scant knowledge of how to implement democracy use remarks that are very divisive and that are threatening to the peace and stability of this country. This tend to discourage even free and fair participation in the process. And most of the time, this kind of disagreement or this kind of derogatory remarks are made through tribal or ethnic lines. And this is a threat to the peace and, of course, to the stability the Gambia is universally known for. And this is why civic education is extremely important, because it prepares citizens of a country to claim their rights and to carry out their responsibilities as citizens, but in a more responsible way.
Civic rights are the theoretical foundation of participation in the public life of a state. Janko Jawane, the Principal Education Officer for Region 6, said it was important for peace building and civic education to be included in the school curriculum.
I expect that this training of trainers will enhance the teaching of civic education in our schools, so that you the trainers, you are the ones who are going to be the trainers at school level and cluster levels. We expect you, whatever you learn from here, you go and train others so that this particular curriculum of peace building and civic education will be introduced in our schools.
There is a strong foundation for building peace in the Gambia, to the extent that when it is shaken, it's that foundation that holds it together. That is manifested in the joking relationship between ethnic groups. According to Noah Jata, an education specialist at UNICEF, civic and peace education should not only be limited to formal education settings.
It doesn't matter whether you put peace civic education in the school curriculum or not. It should have to be in the education process. That means we are defining education beyond school. When we informally meet in the streets, education happens. When we are in our homes, education happens. When we are in workplaces, education happens. So we have to look at it from that perspective, that it is a key component of our education program, whether in the formal education in schools, or in the non-formal education when we have literacy classes, or in the informal education when we interact in homes and workplaces. But this message has to go through every level. Our happiness cannot be enjoyed if we don't have peace.
The NCCE was created as an independent, non-partisan body to enlighten citizens on their fundamental democratic rights and to cultivate an environment of democratic continuity in the Gambia. Its work is meant to enable all citizens, irrespective of gender, age, religion, or political affiliation, to participate fully in governance and development process of the country. For iAfrica TV, I am Fatma Kasim.